Hello! Today I want to talk about this. It is the English Yokai watch. I picked this up from my local shops for around £20. So this is what the packaging looks like. I really like it. I think it really stands out. As you can see, it comes with the watch itself and two exclusive Yokai medals, which are designs you can't get any other way. On the back of the packaging, it says that this toy recognizes 100 plus Yokai medals because there are around 200 Yokai from the first game that have a grey Yokai medal. It also says here that the medals are planned to be released through December 1st, 2016, which is interesting because this is a UK packaged Yokai watch and the toy started to come out around July, so it'll be interesting to see if that is actually true, but I can always hope. So here we have it out of the packaging. We have the watch itself and the two medals. Also in the packaging was a brief instruction sheet and this promotional poster which features series 2 of the Yokai medals as well as the first 2 waves of the other toys that could be available. I haven't seen some of these in the UK yet, but they would be cool to see. The watch itself is obviously made differently than the Japanese version, but the functionality, apart from the LED light, remains exactly the same. It doesn't feature a on and off switch like the Japanese version does, so it was on when I got it out of the package. Here is my Japanese Yokai watch to compare it to. The colouring on the English one is slightly different. It uses a more beigey off-white colour than the Japanese one does. I think the strap is the most notable difference. On the Japanese watch, it's hinged on either side of the body, whilst on the English watch, it's one thick piece that runs through these loops here. The body size on the English watch is slightly thicker. I think the domes are about the same size. Obviously the faces have a different design. I think the English watch looks slightly more like the watch in the anime, and as you can see that the reader in the middle of the watch on the English is off-centered, which means you can't use the Japanese medals in the English watch and vice versa. Taking a look at the medals, we have Jibanyan and Whisper. The designs of them are completely new. Jibanyan especially, the Japanese version that came with the Yokai watch looks like this, and this design in English comes with the Medal Moments figure, but they're exactly the same size, exactly the same thickness. They seem to be made of exactly the same plastic, and they're pretty much exactly the same colour. On the English versions of the medals, there's no name of the Yokai written in this space, and there's no number either in the top space here. On the back we can see that on the English medal, the rails are off to one side, as opposed to being in the middle, but we can see for Jibanyan that the rails are exactly the same. So even if we could put the English medal in the Japanese watch, it would still make the same Jibanyan sound. The Whisper medal is completely new for English. There was never a grey medal for Whisper in the Japanese version. There was a Busters medal for Whisper in Busters Set 4, I believe, but obviously that was some time after the original game and the original watch came out. So moving on to the functions of the watch. Like I said, it's always on, so to gain access to all the sounds you just push the button on the side, which flips the lid up. That's the same turning on sound as the Japanese watch, which is kinda cool. Despite not having an LED light, it still does the Yokai search functionality by holding down the button. We get the same sound that was in the Japanese watch. The sounds out of this English watch are surprisingly loud compared to the Japanese watches. They may have taken into account that kids would be wearing these watches on their wrist, which could muffle the sound, which makes the sounds coming out of this potentially disturbing for other people. So now on to summoning the medals. The first one being Whisper.
What's up, my corporeal friend? I am Whisper, at your service.
So it's pretty cool we get that phrase from the first episode of the TV show, and I think it's cool that they've got the same dub voices from the TV show throughout all the toys. Like the Japanese watch, pushing the button on the side will repeat the sound.
What's up, my corporeal friend? I am Whisper, at your service.
And taking the medal out will give the same sound as the Japanese watch. So let's use the Jibanyan medal in the watch and hear the English summoning song for the Charming tribe.
Summoning Charming! Charming!
I like that they've used the same music as the Japanese watch, but kind of localized the songs so they're easy for kids. Again, pushing the button on the side will repeat the yokai's name. And just for a comparison, here is the Japanese summoning song for Jibanyan. So, because the rails of the English Yokai watch are off to one side, it means you can't put in the medals upside down like Keita does in the show. It won't fit at all. But the watch does have an error noise. If you put in the medal too fast or incorrectly, it'll play this sound. Oh, so it is cool that they included that. So there we go. Out of the box, that's pretty much all the sounds that the watch makes on its own. Just like the Japanese watch, you need to buy more yokai medals to hear more sounds out of the watch. But I think it's great that they've kept almost exactly the same functionalities that the Japanese watch had. I know with Super Sentai and Power Rangers toys, they don't do that whatsoever. So I'm really glad that it's happened this way with Yokai Watch. I do have some more yokai medals that I'd like to show off in another video, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again.